What's up, guys? John here. What is unfolding in the labor market right now says everything about the future of America. This just came out. Foreign born workers picked up 635,000 jobs in August. Native born workers lost 1.325 million jobs in August. What does this mean? It means the entire job market is slowly but surely shifting. Listen to what Chuck Schumer just said. Chuck Schumer just announced this, 493,000 views.
The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are here.
But when you start to look at the numbers, look at the amount of debt that everyday Americans are in.
For the first time in U.S. history, the U.S. national debt just surpassed $35 trillion.
That's $104,000 per American.
They need to work for a certain wage to be able to pay their bills, pay their expenses.
Side hustles aren't just a way to make a little extra cash on the side anymore.
It's a new study that finds an alarming number of people are relying on them just to make ends meet.
And many new arrivals. They're looking at America as the land of opportunity. They've come a very long way, and they've come to work. They've come to provide for themselves and their family, and they're doing anything they can possibly do to seize that opportunity. And they're willing to cut their wages in order to get a piece of this American dream. And it's going to be a race to the bottom in many, many fields. But when you look at where this is all going and how these companies are financially incentivized, you'll realize very, very surely that everything is about to change. Please hit the like button, people share the content, educate more people about what's going on in the U.S. economy. And if you'd like to fix your credit to position yourself what I believe is going to be the greatest wealth transfer in American history, we'd love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative or derogatory items on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Click the link in the description just below this video. Schedule a free call for tomorrow. Take a look at this. So, I mean, this is the educational health services is the most common industry for foreign-born workers. But you start to look at how many careers and how many opportunities there's going to be, where this, I believe, race to the bottom is going to hit in terms of hourly wages and compensation, because there's going to be such a massive supply of new talent entering these fields. You have educational health services, professional and business services. I believe construction is going to be a huge one, especially when you look at the demographics. A lot of them are 25 to 30, 35-year-old men. Wholesale, retail, trade, manufacturing, leisure, hospitality, transportation, utilities, other services. You start to look at this, it's quite clear how this is all going to work out. Now, they say median household income for basically new arrivals, $30,500. $30,500. And when you start to look at the financial incentives, like in New York City, they're offering families up to $4,000 in grants to find their own home. California recently suggested $150,000 down payment. I think it just recently, got discarded. But you start to look at a lot of these incentives, a lot of these payment plans. You're spending $150 billion a year on this crisis. You start to look at this, you'll see very, very clearly how this is all going to go. Now, corporations, they are financially incentivized to do this. So hiring refugees creates a diverse, adaptable workforce with greater capacity for innovation and global perspective. And when you see Forbes saying companies must continue to prioritize diversity, equity, and inclusion even during tough times, and you start to just look at the companies that are already doing it, it's clear. Amazon, they're going to hire 5,000. You have Manpower Group, they're going to hire 3,000. Tyson Foods, 2,500. Even though this number has been greatly increased, some estimate that it's going to be 20, 30, 40,000. Blackstone, they're going to hire 2,000. Hilton, Marriott, Cargill, Gate Group, ISS, Hyatt, Pepsi, all these companies. And then you even have other companies such as Ripple, even Twitter is on the list, X here. You have a lot of Stripe, a lot of really, really big companies, TikTok, ByteDance, all going to be hiring. And so let's look at the financial compensation that these companies are going to get by hiring them. So 8.5% essentially. These are clearly jobs that U.S. residents can and should do, but the State Department's program gives employers an 8.45% discount to hire foreign-born workers rather than American ones, through the peculiar provision excusing employers and workers from paying the normal payroll taxes. So they get that 8.45% and then tax credits, and they say, what is a tax write-off for hiring? Work Opportunity Tax Credit. What is the discount? Upwards of $9,600 per year. $9,600 per year. And so this is a federal, the federal tax deduction. So these employers are going to be able to save the 8.45% plus the $9,600, upwards of $9,600 per employee per year. And then when you look at what the average American is sitting in, $104,215 in debt across mortgages, auto loans, student loans, credit cards. So what this would mean is that an everyday American, their debt load, they need to make $30, $35, $40 an hour in many cases, in many locations to be able to make it. I mean, look at this, for example. I saw this is funny. So it says, stop trying to prevent this. Who wants to live and work here? Look, and someone said here below that if your argument is it's for tacos, you should take a picture of these tacos next to your current price of your home. And so that is, a valid concern, because the average price of a home in America is over $400,000, and the average mortgage today is $2,997 a month is the average if you were to go out there and buy a home today. And so if you have a house, maybe you have a 30-year fixed rate mortgage at 5%, but you have increased insurance and taxes, and maybe your monthly costs are $2,500 a month, you can't work for $3,000 a month. You can't work for $4,000 a month. You can't even work for $5,000 or $6,000 a month. You need to make $8,000 a month if you want to make 3 times that expense, right? Which is what someone needs to traditionally make 3 times the monthly cost of their home to be able to qualify for that mortgage. I mean, you start to look at that. You have to make $80,000, $90,000 a year. Here, they state that $150K income is lower middle class in these high-cost cities. They mention, of course, San Francisco and San Jose, of course, Arlington, Virginia. But then they go down here on this list where you'll still need $100,000 to be considered lower middle class. Irvine, Seattle, but then Gilbert, Arizona, Plano, Texas, Scottsdale, Arizona, Washington, D.C., Chandler, Arizona, San Diego, Anchorage, Alaska, Oakland, Chesapeake, Virginia, Jersey City, a lot of areas, right? So a lot of big cities, you have to make $150,000 a year just to live. And so when you look at what's unfolding right now in the U.S. economy, a lot of these businesses are struggling. A lot of them are making, decisions to, cut costs, and they're issuing massive layoffs. And this presents a major opportunity for certain industries to be able to capitalize on tax incentives. And that's what I think is going to be happening. I think we're going to start to see a lot of employers continue to issue layoffs. I mean, look at this. This came out yesterday. Layoffs jump in August while hiring 2024 is at a historic low. This is a article from Challenger Gray and Christmas saying that layoffs soared in August, hitting the highest total for the month in 15 years, while year-to-date hiring hit the lowest since 2009, 19 years, right? So 2009, 2010. It says layoffs soared in August, hitting the highest totals in the month in 15 years, while year-to-date hiring reached a historic low, outplacement firm Challenger Gray and Christmas reported on Thursday. So you have to ask yourself this big question. If you have millions of people that are coming here for this great opportunity, and you have a lot of really, dominant companies that are, they have fiduciary duties to their stakeholders, to their shareholders, to produce returns, what are they going to do? Well, it depends on the firm and it depends on the industry. But I believe that a lot of factory jobs and a lot of companies that have a need for labor jobs, they're going to be looking to fill these jobs with a certain type of new arrival. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of change unfolding across many different industries all throughout America, and it looks like it's already happening. I mean, when they're picking up 635,000 jobs and in 1 month, and we lost 1.325 million in that month, yes, 1.3 million native-born Americans lost a job in August. You tell me, where do you see this going? Do you think that this is a start? I even commented here, from that South Park episode, right? Remember that? I mean, you start to look at this, just the dynamics of what's unfolding in the U.S. economy, and it's just quite clear that we're going to see a race to the bottom in wages. I wonder, as this is happening, and you start seeing automation and all the upgrades with ChatGPT and all these different, advancements in automation, are we going to see a major shift in real household income in this country? I would bet so. I think we're going to see a really big wealth building opportunity found inside of all of the disruption that's about to happen into the labor market. Let's have a conversation about this below If you think we're walking into a major wealth building opportunity, what do you think is going to be the greatest, asset class to be in? I think it's going to be entry-level housing in certain markets, and I think we're going to see a lot of money flowing into these areas, and I think we're going to see a lot of people losing their homes due to a lot of change that's going to happen soon to real household wages. Let's have a conversation about this. And if you'd like to fix your credit to position yourself, we'd love to help you out. My company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative or derogatory items on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Click the link in the description just below this video. Schedule a free call for tomorrow. Catch you next video.